Everybody. So about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, I did a talk on the niyamas. Before that, I did the yamas. And when we got to tapas, I got really excited because when I'm not teaching like the Ashtanga method, I work as a life coach. And so much of what I teach is all about habits and patterns and spotting more habits and patterns and changing your habits and patterns. And tapas basically translates to self-discipline. And through discipline, we, essentially burn through the bad habits, I guess. It's heat. Tapas is heat. So, I asked the class, it was a rhetorical question. I was like, I bet you guys could, think of 5 habits or disciplines that you are like firmly committed to each and every day that actually don't serve you. Like, I bet if you observed yourself, you would find just for one day that you spend an obscene amount of time just trying to avoid something. We're very committed to procrastination. We're very committed to not eating our best. We're very committed to not getting up on time. We're very committed to not just rolling into that next moment, but, like I said, procrastinating, putting it off. We're very committed to self-sabotage. And so I said, I bet if you took 5 habits and you were honest and you were like, okay, I'm going to change these 5 habits and put them into 5 good habits, and then now they're disciplines, your life would radically change, pretty much overnight. But we don't spend enough time in, forgive me, Svadhyaya. I'm not the best with Sanskrit, but we don't spend enough time in that mode of self-reflection and really just like being honest. Like, okay, how do I spend my day? How do I show up each day? Where does my energy go? So much of what I teach on the mat is like energetic efficiency. So there's a time to move, and then there's a time to sit still, right? So we wait for the next moment, and then we move into it. But a lot of students, they rush, right? So they're like burning out constantly, or they're lethargic, they're tamasic, they're not moving into the next moment. They're procrastinating that next step or that next breath or that next whatever because they've committed in their mind to the concept that it's too much, it's too hard, it's overwhelming. And yet, even if you were to make a habit out of just leaning into the next moment, I think you would find that it's not difficult. The moment is only difficult when you resist it. But if you just completely surrender to that next moment and allow yourself to be completely present in it, all of that anxiety dissipates. All of that stress, all of that inertia that was holding you back tends to fade away. So, while it's really easy to think in terms of discipline as, getting up and practicing or getting up and running or getting up and meditating and being like really positive in your efforts as far as creating what you want. The truth is that we're all very disciplined. We're all very committed to certain habits. It's just, what kind of habits are you committed to? And if you can make a habit out of procrastinating, then you can make a habit out of showing up on time and moving with that next moment. If you can make a habit out of, making sure that you get, I don't know, you name the food or the drink or whatever it is that you think is so important to eat every day or drink every day. If you're so committed to that, imagine what would happen if you were to replace that one thing with something healthy. because it takes just as much energy to be committed to the bad habits as it does to the good habits. So, you know, the next time you find yourself like feeling stuck and not really seeing the results in your life that you want, be self-reflective, be honest with yourself, start observing your habits throughout the day, and make a conscious effort to pick one habit and be like, I think I'm done with this one. I am just going to, like for me, I don't like returning emails. I don't know why. I find it overwhelming, but I have made a conscious effort in 2018 to not ignore my emails and to respond as I get them. And it takes 2 seconds for me to read an email and respond. Whereas in the past, like I'd be like, all day long, I'd be like, oh God, that email, oh God, that email, oh God, that email. And like, I would waste more energy avoiding the email than just reading it and responding. So that's one of my habits that I've you know, taken control of. And I think you would be pleasantly surprised at how your life will shift for the better, obviously. It doesn't take, you know, you don't have to be a type A person to develop good habits. All you have to do is recognize that like the amount of energy that you put into the bad habits could go into good ones. Like, again, it takes just as much energy to commit to patterns that don't serve you as it does to commit to patterns that do. So that's just a little bit like of a practical way to apply tapas. There's more to it than that. You know, obviously having a physical practice is a form of tapas as well. And I'm sure you guys, you know, who are well versed in the niyamas could think of more. But I wanted to give a very practical, tangible, like, approach to this concept because people get stuck and then they think that their power is outside them and, you know, oh, well, they're so great because they just have the ability. No, they just chose to put that energy into something good instead of self-sabotage or into procrastination or into laziness. So we're all capable, and it's just a matter of where you want to put that energy. So that's all, guys. Have a great day. Bye.